All right, so we got the new 2021 Haro Dennis McCoy bike here, and it's 26-inch. This is going to be a cool looking bike. There's a lot of things on here that are really unique. So I've just been peeking in the box. We've been waiting for you guys. And one thing is that from right here, the double top tubes are pretty fat. And it looks like it's aluminum. The whole frame looks like it's aluminum, which is really cool. Lightweight.
Yeah, the box is pretty light. It was easy to carry. I was surprised.
Yeah.
And what color is it? It's like a teal.
It's like a teal turquoise. And you know, I was praying. I'm like, oh my God, come with fat dropouts. Please have fat dropouts. And they're fat. They're fat. I think good possibility that John Buultjens had a lot to do with this bike. It looks like his kind of work. So this should be pretty cool.
So it's the Haro Legends Dennis McCoy 26-inch.
Yep.
It's a freestyle bike?
No, it's going to be. No, it doesn't come with front brakes. I may be proven wrong here when we get it out. It's got good rear brakes. I don't think it has a gyro. It's set up, I don't know, 26-inch for, it's kind of weird, right? Dennis McCoy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a freestyle rider. Yeah.
But,
maybe
you know.
It's kind of like an all-around type thing.
Yeah. Oh, Dennis is unbelievable. Amazing rider. But our plan is I've already ordered new wheels and a rear hub and a few other exciting parts for this thing, and I'm going to kind of make it my own. I'm not taking anything away from Dennis, but my own to make it rideable.
Just suitable for what you want to do.
Suitable for what I want to do. What I want to do is try a lighter, smaller tire, kind of big bike, because I see a lot of advantages for this in freestyle, because you can cruise this around, get to where you're going, be comfortable, you know, if you're bigger, and I'm kind of bigger. And that's what I'm shooting for. But I want to be able to do freestyle, I want a steeper head angle, and we'll see how it goes.
Cool. So I guess for this video, we're going to be doing an unboxing of the bike and probably put it together.
Part of it, I don't get the whole thing.
Part of it. And then we'll probably do a separate video showing us riding the bike and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's get into it then. All right, let's bring it down. Here's the seat. It's a pretty cool seat. It's got DMC on it. This looks like a nice comfy seat too.
Yeah, can I see that? I was hoping. This looks like it's a really heavy duty clamp, but it's the old style clamp. Can I show this to the camera?
Yeah.
I was looking for something like the SE or the S&M where it's curved and ribbed and the seat does not move, but it's just as adjustable. But this looks a little better than what we used to ride, so we'll see what happens. That seat post though, that's good.
Here, let's grab the front. Here, if you hold this, I'll grab the other stuff. Got a box. Owner's manual.
Won't need that.
Oh, and we got this from
Albies
Bike Shop. They got it here really quick. I mean, it only took what, like 4 days shipping?
Yeah, Albies was really cool to work with.
They've been around forever, you said, right?
They have been. I think we've done shows there a long time ago for them. Yeah. I could be wrong, but.
Wow, yeah, those are big wheels.
Can you hold this so I can get some wire cutter?
Yeah. I like it's got the brown, or like the tan brown sidewalls. It's pretty clean looking.
Oh, on the crank.
It's gonna like come up.
Go ahead. See, it's hitting the crank right there. Where's the? You sure we got everything out of that box?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw the trash on the floor for right now.
Okay.
So on the when I looked at this, actually I saw Isaac from Big Bike BMX. He has one. I don't know what year his is, but it looks small when you look at, if you're watching him ride a 29-inch or 27.5, and then you see him riding this thing looks small, but in real life, this thing's actually fairly big, and these tubes look a lot bigger live than they do when you're looking at it in the magazine or somebody riding it. So I'm actually really kind of stoked. This looks a lot more heavy duty than I was expecting, and so far it looks really good. Sweet tubular cranks. Whose signature is that?
Haro.
Bikes?
Yeah.
78.
Here's the other tire.
Wait. Can you hold the bike up for a minute?
Let's get the front wheel on.
Hey, what's going on here? Wow, very fine threads. That's nice.
Alright guys, so we just finished the basic assembly of the bike. Got it all together, and now RL has a few things he wanted to share with you guys about it.
Okay, so honestly, to get it to this point, what was that, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Now, we haven't snugged everything down, but 10 minutes and everything went right in.
Yeah. I mean, all we had to do was the front tire, handlebars, and pedals.
Yeah.
And the seat. Now,
I'm not trying to blow up John Buultjens here, but this has John Buultjens all over it. I mean, here's the things I've noticed. The axles are fine, extremely fine thread. And to me, that means you have more tightening pressure instead of it has big lumpy threads. Just goes there. You can't really tighten it too much. Where the fine threads, you tighten a little bit at a time so you can get really snug and it's harder for the bolt to come undone. 17 millimeter nuts on the front for the axle, which is a good hefty nut. Usually it's 15. I've been doing a lot of research on brakes. I'm not sure if these might just be a replica, but the Tektron or something like that. But this style of brake is supposed to have the most power for rim brakes. And since it's a bigger wheel, it has more leverage. I'm sure that's why they went with that.
It's got 2 poles, right?
Yeah, there's 2 studs coming up here for if you want to do an Odyssey Evo brake or whatever. But I think there's a purpose for this being on here. Because the bigger wheels, you have more leverage to stop it. It's easier to stop a bigger wheel, but the brakes have to be stronger, if that makes sense. But this is cool too. There's no cable cover from here to here. There's just a piece of rubber which keeps it from bouncing into the frame. And by removing this cable cover right here, you're gonna have less friction. I don't know if that's why they did it, but I'm pretty sure that's, I just keep thinking it's John because I know he's the one that drives everybody over in Taiwan crazy. And I know he's quality based or he won't do it, so.
What do they call him, Mr. Perfect?
They call him he was Mr. 1 millimeter over there because he fights for every millimeter. And now they know him as Mr. Half a millimeter because as John gets older, I'm sure he's getting more crazy in his perfection.
He's refining his perfection. Which
I just dig the shit out of, man. It's hard to find people that really want that bike to be perfect to the point where it drives them crazy if it's not. And that's how come you get a bike like this.
Yeah. You said the rear dropouts are extra thick?
Yeah, the rear dropouts they almost look 1/4 inch. It's probably like maybe 3/16.
Won't be grinding those down.
And then because the frame is aluminum, they've gone to bigger tubes. Well, and the bigger tubes look better. The larger outer diameter of these twin top tubes looks better because it's a bigger bike.
Yeah, I like the twin top tubes. That's cool. What's this hole for?
That's just so it's not a flat piece of metal with no hole in it. But I'll tell you this too. There's some nice welds on this thing, man. Yeah, some really nice welds. And you got Haro plastic pedals. This is the type of pedal I like. Now, it's got the screw-in cap that pulls the stem down on top of the bearings. Has the modification already in it for a POTS mod to go straight through the bottom. So that's really cool. Brakes are already, rear brake is already set up. We got pegs coming. I just went with steel pegs. There's some really nice pegs out there that are aluminum lined inside. There's like aluminum peg and it's covered in plastic, which is good because if it's all plastic, even if you have a washer on the inside, you can't really tighten that thing all the way. So I've got black wheels coming. I'm gonna try a Z coaster, profile Z coaster, which is kind of a free coaster, and a freewheel all built in one. In fact, you can flip it around, you can adjust it. I tried to get a BSD one. I think he's sold out right now. BSD has something that's really nice as well. But the Z coaster is cool from what it sounds like.
That's the one you said when you're rolling backwards, you can pedal forward and it won't engage until the bike is actually rolling forward?
No, that's the BSD one. And I'm not totally sure on that. I just watched videos. So, but the Z coaster, the cool thing about the new free coasters that are coming out, like the Z coaster or the BSD new free coaster is that they don't have the drag and they don't have that shitty feeling like there's nothing really going on inside. You just have that loose I don't know what it is about free coasters that feel kind of weird. And a freewheel feels real tight and accurate and fast. And the new ones, well, the free coaster, Z coaster's been out a long time, so I'm just catching up to that. But it seems like it's going to have that fast moving motion, yet you still get a free coaster in it, which is really important to me. Plenty of space here for whatever size sprocket you go with.
You know what size that one is?
No. Too big. It's too big.
Do you think you're gonna go with a gyro and pots mod?
Definitely. And I have I think 11 tooth. I'm going to be 11 or 9 in the back and a 28 in the front, I think is what the gearing will be. So I'll have a smaller sprocket. The wheels are going to be black, Z coaster. Black wheel here, black hub. It'll be a profile hub. Smaller sprocket here, and pegs, front and rear.
Did you say gyro and pots mod?
Pots mod. Oh, that was the major thing. So I'm going to have studs. I don't know what you call them, but I call them studs. The studs that come out here so you can run Tektron or Tektro, whatever kind of brake that is. Rim brake. A good rim brake. You have the studs so it pivots from the studs and you get more power. Instead of running it, there is a hole here to run, you know, a regular old style like what is it, 880 Diacomp type thing. Just, you know. So I'm going to have studs welded on here, and then my plans is to paint the forks flat black. I'm sure you guys will be very unhappy with that, but it'll give the bike a little something, and then get a good logo on there. And the seat tube is oversized, which is good. It's a big fat seat post, and seat tube, so you don't have to worry about bending that, as far as I can tell. I'll just be straight honest with you. Putting this bike together, for all the bikes that I've been building lately, this one has gone together the easiest. And I can just see that someone, probably John, is really paying attention to this. The heavy welding around the head tube. I've flattened out some of my head tubes, my seal bearings on, you know, flat bottom jumps. Yeah. It's got special, it's not super big in the top in case you do run a gyro. And this is where you're going to get most of the hit, is right down here. And this thing is heavy duty.
Solid.
Solid. And it's fairly light. I like the cruising. I love the going on these rides, these ride outs, you know, that Todd Lyons from Essie puts on. They're just so fun and super mellow, you know. But I love riding freestyle. That's where I spend most of my time. In fact, we drive our bikes in the back of the van, go to a parking lot that's about a mile away. We go out there and we ride in a super small area, and then we put them in the van and go back. That's just kind of. So yeah, I'm trying to make a bigger freestyle bike that's more comfortable for bigger riders, yet you can cruise it, or, you know, ride it on a ride out and still be comfortable. It has a 72-degree head angle, which this was the main thing that I was at. And there's not a big offset on the forks. If you look at the axle and the dropouts, it looks like the forks have a little bit of an offset in them. But this is actually a hard thing to figure out, because my SE is like 69. My SE fat bike is 69 degrees, which is great for like dirt jumping. It's so stable, or cruising. Super, just such a comfortable bike. But for freestyle, I want steeper head angles so I can do stuff on the front wheel. I might even try to modify this to go a little bit steeper, but we'll see how it goes. But here's the interesting thing. When you steepen up the head angle on these big bikes, that tire is going to go right into your cranks. This right here gets really tight when you go to a steep head angle. So I think this is 23.5 from here to here, which doesn't look big, but it is more room, and I'm sure that he did that to get the clearance from here and so the pedals don't hit the tire, which is cool. But by doing that, he got a steeper head angle out of it. And that's going to be good to try. And the rear end is short too. See this? We got 1/2 inch we can move up here. We got room in the dropouts to move up. Plenty of room up here. And clearance on the side. I think it's a 2.10 tire. I think you could definitely go to a bigger tire if you wanted to. So we got a short rear end, steeper head angle, which is good for freestyle. So I called John Buultjens and said, hey, you know, what could you get me one of these? What could I get one of these bikes for? How much would it cost me? And he said he's totally out of stock. I said, that's right, I think Albies has one. So I bought it from Albies at retail. John called me and said, he said Flip would give me a bike at cost. So John called them to save me some money, which I thought was really cool. Thank you, John. And Flip. But it said Flip. I didn't know who Flip was. And I thought he was telling me to buy the bike, flip it like you're selling it, like a house. And then he would get me one at cost. I'm like, I'm not going to build this bike. But it turned out the guy's name is Flip, and he's handling everything.
That's cool. Very cool.
So that's about it.
All right, so I guess then we're just going to get the bike all tightened up and make those modifications. And then we're probably going to make a video of us riding it and first time ride and all that.
Yeah, we got to get some pegs on it at least.
Yeah.
And front brakes.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching today's video. We'll be back shortly with a new one. And I guess we'll see you guys later.
You guys have a good one.
Peace.